Every technology will exhaust itself and will be substituted by something else. We are not watching our movies on fish bowls like television used to be 20 years ago.
So it's a pleasure now to be joined by David Orban. David, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, I recently listened to a piece of content that you'd provided where you talked about jolting technologies and this new paradigm that we're moving towards. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about what you meant by this?
Jolting was one of the episodes of my video series on YouTube, The Context. And it is the mathematical name of a variable rate of acceleration. Many of us are accustomed of having more and more powerful computers and mobile phones based on the so-called Moore's law that is the worldwide effort of electronic engineers to cram more and more transistors on our chips that double their power every couple of years. That designs a smooth, exponentially increasing curve. But I actually identified phenomena and technologies that go even beyond. And that is what jolting is.
And something that I personally experienced when I was clicking on the content was jolting is a word that it might fill people with a slight concern. It sounds like something that maybe isn't sustainable, maybe a smooth upgrowth. So is it something that is a sustainable jolt?
Every technology will exhaust itself and will be substituted by something else. We are not watching our movies on fish bowls like television used to be 20 years ago. Flat screens can grow in size that those screens could never. Similarly, transportation is going to kick into all kinds of different modalities with self-driving cars, hyperloop vacuum tubes, maybe point-to-point rocket transportation when SpaceX with their newest rockets is going to bring people from New York to Tokyo in 20 minutes. And these kinds of radical changes have a long time building and coming, but then when they arrive, they change really everything around them. Examples of jolting technologies that are brewing are, for example, quantum computers. We had the concept of quantum computers for literally 30, 40 years, but we don't have any of them around still. But the recent announcement from Google that they achieved a computational result that literally no other computer in the world can match is the threshold of the revolution of the jolting technology of quantum computing arriving in the world.
And what happens after this? So we are in 2019, you have identified obviously Google's announcements with quantum computing. Is there any other technologies that you've identified as also experiencing this jolting paradigm?
We are going to have a very interesting moment in the financial world with the forthcoming IPO of Aramco, the Saudi Arabian petrol conglomerate that is going to sell a tiny amount of its equity and achieve a multi-trillion-dollar valuation, immediately becoming the most valuable public company in the world. But the kind of disruption that electric cars and self-driving cars are going to bring to the world is going to be unprecedented. So the jolting moment for the public markets and the Aramco is going to come when the demand for petrol and gas will going to diminish because of the revolution of electric cars. So investors beware. It may be very attractive, but I don't think that stock is going to last.
Well, if any of our viewers do want to hear some more about some of your content, where can they go to hear more on more episodes similar to the jolting episode?
I am very easy to find. Just use my name, David Orban, to find me on every possible platform. Come to davidorban.com, sign up for my newsletter, Please send me your questions, because that is what I love. It is my personal slogan. What is the question that I should be asking? Answers are available from so many passionate and talented sources. Formulating the right questions is now what is really tricky. So if you can help me finding the great questions that we should all be asking together, that will be of help to me and to you and to all of us.
David, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's all for myself and David Alban. We'd love to hear how you found this interview segment, so share your thoughts with us.